Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great start to their Wednesday morning. So today I want to talk a little bit about choices and our values and how those kind of work together. So I wrote down some notes, and so you might see me looking off to the side, and it's because I'm reading my notes to make sure that I stay on track and I get everything in that I think is important. So one is I just think it's super important for you at this stage in your life as teenagers. I think all of us as teenagers have made a poor choice at one time or another. Um, and that happens to all of us. No one makes perfect choices or decisions. We're going to make a mistake sometimes. But one of the things that can guide our decision making and the choices that we make is what our values are. And I think a lot of people do not take time to think about what are their values and how does that play into their decision making and how they are making their choices about friends, choices about work ethic, how hard they're going to work at school or not work at school, um, how they're going to be kind to someone or not be kind to someone, or even, in terms of sports or um, different hobbies and things like that, how much of a priority do those take over friends or over family? All of that rests on kind of our values. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and this is going to be a little interactive. You're going to have different moments. I want you to write down some things, and then when the video is over, you as a class will discuss kind of some of the questions that we've asked today. So, um, you making good choices or decisions, it's important and is what leads you to specific places in life, and to be the person that you are or that you plan to be. So if you plan to be a professional athlete, there's certain goals and choices and decisions that you're going to have to make and sacrifices you're going to have to make to get that. And where does your values line up with that, or do they? If you plan to go to trade school, um, do you have a strong work ethic, and what kind of choices and decisions are you making to help get you to that point? The choices that you're making today seem like not a big deal, that you have quite a while to go before decisions make a big difference. But that is actually not true at all. You are at a stage in school and in life where your decisions are creating the future that you're going to have. And so it's up to you. It's not up to mom and dad. It's not up to teachers. It's not up to your friends. It's up to you what choices you're going to make, when you're going to say no to things, when you're going to say yes to things. So, this is something that's really important to kind of think about. So, it's important for us to consider just a few things when we're making choices every day. Remember, each day we make tons of choices, from choosing to get out of bed every morning, choosing to show up and attend school every day, um, paying attention in class or goofing off in class. Those are choices that we're making every day. What we're going to wear, how we're going to talk to people, how we're going to treat people in different situations. Those are just examples of some choices that we make every day. And those seem really small, but they add up over time. We should be asking ourselves when we're trying to make a decision, one, what is the right thing to do? How will this choice or this decision impact me or affect me? How will this decision or choice affect family or friends that I'm around if I make this choice? What is the wisest choice to make? What are my feelings telling me to choose? And what is my head telling me to choose? Because those can be two very, very different things. So, the answer to those kinds of questions are a result of what your values are. So, choices are made based off of what we are prioritizing or what we identify to be our values. So, one, thinking about what's important to you. What are some of the most important things to you in your life? Is the most important one of them most important things in your life video games? Is one of the most important things in your life family? Is one of the most important things in your life to be loyal? Is one of the most important things in your life to work hard? Those are all examples of values that people hold. So, are the choices and the decisions that you are making showing what your values are? Because sometimes we say we value hard work or we value um, our family or our friends, but our choices do not line up with that. So, that is something to kind of think about. So I'm going to show you guys a list of values. I want you to kind of read over them and to think about what each of them are or what they might mean. And maybe at some point there will be a little bit of a point where you can ask your teacher what the definition of something is if you don't know what it is. But first, I just want you to look at the list of kind of values. Now, I have a more extensive, lengthy list of values, but I'm going to go with a shorter version for today. So just look at it and identify which ones are values that you hold to and that are important to you. Okay, so you saw the list. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to show you the list again, but now what I want you to do is I want you to look at the list and I want you to identify what are the top five. If you could only choose five off this list or three to five, choose the top three or five values that you feel like are the ones that are the most important to you. Not to your friends, not to mom and dad, but to you. What are three to five out of this list that you identify to be super duper important to you? So, not the ones that you think should be important to you or that people have told you should be important to you, but what are the three to five that are actually important to you? Here's the list again, okay? So that's a little bit of a hard task to do, right? To choose just three to five off that list. But I hope that you did that. And now I want you to think, is there a difference between what you're saying your three to five most important are versus what you actually do day in and day out? Meaning, you picked the top three to five that are most important to you. So, do your decisions and your choices that you're making every day, how you treat people, how you do your schoolwork, how you prioritize your time, does that reflect to show that what you wrote down as your three to five are true? That's a question I just want you to be thinking about, okay? Now, I want you to also think about which ones of those three to five or any from the list are you using to help you make decisions every day, because that's exactly what this list of values should be doing. Each of these values on here that you marked as important to you should be the things that help you make the decisions and the choices that you make every day. So I want you to also think about the list of 3 to 5, that you say are super important to you. Would your closest friends or your family, if they were shown this list and said, pick the top 3 to 5 values that Tina or that Aubrey or that Caitlin or that Joe has chosen, would your closest friends or family say, based off of what they observe of you and how you're living your life and the decisions that you're making every day, would they pick those same values as your most important ones, the ones that you wrote down? Would they say, yes, we see that they live that out through their choices, through the decisions that they make every day? We can see they prioritize. They think loyalty is really important. They think work ethic is really important. They think kindness is really important. Whatever it is that you wrote on your 3 to 5, would other people, just from watching you throughout your day, would they think that those are your top values? Do these values create or help you be the person that you're proud of and that you want to be? So I think it's super important to think about, we all need to grow and we all need to improve on certain things in our lives. I know I do. So the values that you have put down, are they going to make you and help you become the person that you ultimately want to be in life? So your choices every day are super important. Your values shape the person you are, and the choices that you make, they build off one another. You choosing to not do your schoolwork or not even try, or for you to give it a full effort and to be studying and turning in your work on time, that shows what you value and what kind of person you are. That you value your commitments, that you're a hard worker, that you're responsible, and those are things that you value. Your choice to treat those around you with kindness, especially those who aren't being nice to you, shows what you value and what kind of person that you are. So, as a class, I want you to discuss what some of the top 3 to 5 values are that you wrote down. So, different ones of you might feel comfortable sharing. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing, that's okay. Then, just on your own, privately in your head, I want you to think, what are some decisions or choices that you need to be making to match the 3 to 5 values that you wrote down today? And what kind of person would you be if you actually lived out these 3 to 5 values? We are known in part by our choices and decisions, meaning people know us by the decisions and the choices that we make. So, to kind of close this out, be the person you dream of becoming and do it one choice at a time, paying attention to the values that you identify as important. All of these values are important, and we should definitely be implementing more than 3 to 5 of them. But 3 to 5 is a good kind of thing to focus on. So be the person you dream of becoming and do it one choice at a time. I believe in you guys, and I know you guys are amazing, and we have lots of students in this building that are going to be really great when they're in adulthood and accomplishing their dreams. I truly believe that. So if you guys are needing anything throughout the day, just let me know. And I hope you guys have a great week. So discuss away about what are some of the values that you value the most.